Okay, I know you guys have a lot of questions. 1, it's been a long time. Where did you go? What have you been doing? Why haven't you been here? Probably question 2 is, what happened to your hair? What are you doing? It looks like burnt ramen. Question 3 is, why do you look like a disheveled homeless version of yourself? What's going on there? Why are you doing this? Well, let me just finish off those questions real quick. 1, school and relationships and family and having a life. Are pretty big priorities in my life. And don't get me wrong, this channel is really big, but I just needed a little break from it. But don't worry, guys, we're back in the gear. We already have started filming a bunch of new videos, and I'm really excited to present them to you. Some familiar, some new stuff, but I'm really excited. 2, I just wanted to try something new. It's weird, I know. Number 3, it's November, guys, and I'm not a loser, so I'm not participating in that stupid No Nut November just so I can understand what virgins feel like. Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, SpeedSuperSonic, bringing you guys another video, and in this video today, we are talking about the one, the only, Sonic Stop Motion Adventures. If you guys don't know what Sonic Stop Motion Adventures is, it is created by a YouTube creator called PipUpFan77. He's the very first YouTube channel that I ever subscribed to when I first got this channel, and I started watching Sonic Stop Motion Adventures when I was a young boy. I'm old. As some of you guys know, Sonic Stop Motion Adventures ended pretty recently, and I thought it would only be right for me to pay tribute to it, my favorite Sonic fan creation, with the respect, give it everything it deserves, and that is me tearing it to shreds. Now, we won't be doing every single episode in this video, because that would take too long. I thought about it. We're not doing that. So since there are 3 seasons of Sonic Stop Motion Adventures, we'll be going over each season in, well, 3 videos. So you guys can guess. Today is season 1, so you guys are in for a treat. Steven, if you're watching this, follow me on Twitter. You know, like, slip me a DM. I'm a huge fan. I really wanted to meet you at the 25th anniversary party. You had some car issues, so like I wasn't able to. I meant Mardiculous, though. Anyways, let's get right into Sonic Stop Motion Adventures. Let's go. Sonic Stop Motion Adventures Episode 1, Quest for the Chaos Emeralds, is the very first episode in Sonic Stop Motion Adventures, and it's a piece of shit. It's part of my childhood, and I love it to death, but god damn, it's just not a good video. Even PipUpFan77 acknowledges that these early Sonic Stop Motion Adventures episodes are really bad. I'm not even sure if you can completely qualify these as stop motion, since it's really just a collection of pictures, and heck, even sometimes it uses video. I can't even go over all the elements of everything because it's gonna just receive bad scores in all the departments. There's little to no story. The acting is just no.
I need you to fly me down there. What? Why the hell do you want me to fly you down there?
The image quality is, well, 2009. It's just bad all around. But this is me personally, and I understand how some people just getting into Sonic Stop Motion Adventures, or Sonic in general, can't really find any pleasure in this. But for me as a Sonic fan growing up on this as a kid, watching these videos time and time again, there's nostalgia here, and I still will sit down and watch it, and I can view it without cringing beyond belief, because, believe it or not, I do have a heart. So what do I rate this episode of Sonic Stop Motion Adventures? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and give it some brownie points, just because of nostalgia and, hell, just it being a kid making this, and him doing it on his own. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 3 out of 10. Now, I know that's not super generous, and I know that, heck, some people would say that this is a 1 or a 2, but it's not the worst thing on earth. There's plenty of other Sonic content out there that is much, much worse than this.
Help me! I'm drowning with you, Knuckles! Rubber ducky. I'll save you!
Sonic, what is that over there?
The dog, it just shit itself.
Well, guys, that was a pretty good party, wasn't it?
So yeah, I give it a 3 out of 10. Don't recommend watching it, but if you're nostalgic about this, then go ahead and rewatch it if you really want to. But if you're just getting into this, you can go ahead and skip this, and I'll tell you where to start up next. But before moving on to episode 2, I think it's important to talk about this. The Sonic Domination Avengers Episode 1 Remake. This video is made in celebration of the PitbullFan77 channel hitting 10,000 subscribers, which, by the way, guys, we ourselves are very close to. You know, guys, we're really close. Let's just keep on going, guys. We can do this. This was made around 5 years after the first one came out, so you can believe that this is much, much better. Now, is this on the level of a normal Sonic Stop Motion Adventures episode? Well, of course not, because it's not really intended to be. I'm just going to say it right here and right now, I love this video. It harkens back to the original video, because, well, it is a remake.
What do you think this is? A terribly made, horrible quality, quote-unquote, stop-motion animation made by an 11-year-old who wanted to recreate something he saw on YouTube and have characters look for the 7 Chaos Emeralds, but he only had 4 and made them seem like 4 was enough to look for?
It's self-aware, funny, and of course, entertaining. A lot of that you cannot say about the early Sonic stop-motion adventures, and especially the first one, so it's great that this video exists. Everything about it is fantastic. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because it's not part of the main series, and I really don't want to spend too much time on it since this video is going to be very long. But if you're a fan of Sonic stop-motion or anything related to these types of videos, then go ahead and check this video out because it is fantastic. It's amazing. I cannot recommend it enough. Alright, now that we talked about good things, let's talk about the worst thing in the world. Sonic Stop Motion Adventures 2 is so bad. It's god-awful. That's right, I actually like Sonic Stop Motion Adventures Episode 1 more than this. This is really bad. Somehow the mic quality seems even worse. It's only slightly longer by a couple seconds, which actually doesn't work in its favor, and it drags out way too long for the type of video it is. Now, it being 6 minutes long, that says a lot. Basically, the entire video is just a fight scene. Literally, the character called Bootleg Sonic, which, by the way, is kind of interesting and kind of funny when you think about it, pops out of nowhere and just wants to fight Sonic. That's it. That's his motivation. He just wants to take over the world, and that's stupid, and I'm not 100% sure that he was trying to take this serious. Literally, the opening quarter of the video is basically the same frame. Just one frame. No movement. Not even an arm. It's the same frame. Not even joking. And then the rest of the video is spent of Sonic, Shadow, and oh, guys, time to get excited, Tails and Knuckles fighting Bootleg Sonic. That's the rest of the video. It is so boring, not entertaining whatsoever. I would give you a character rundown and a plot synopsis, maybe my favorite parts of the video, but I can't do that with this because it's nothing. Nothing happens here. It's just really bad. It's even worse than episode 1, and this is my least favorite episode of Sonic Stop Motion Adventures. It's really bad. Do not recommend it. Do not watch this, and I give this a 2.5 out of 10. Alright, since this one is the shortest video, I'm gonna go ahead and make this the shortest one I talk about. Well, this isn't as bad as episode 2 in my opinion, and still isn't as good as episode 1, and I still don't think that's because of nostalgia. So this video is simply just bland. While episode 2 offered really nothing, and episode 1 was just strange, it at least had a plot, kind of, and while this one does too, it's very derivative. I don't think this was trying to be anything spectacular or great or follow up the storyline or anything, but it was definitely a Shadow the Hedgehog clone. You can tell that by the opening scene.
Shadow the Hedgehog. Why does that name haunt me? It's the only thing I can remember. And that gruesome image. Who am I?
After that scene, it's really just a parody at that point. It's not really trying to take itself seriously, and I don't really think that any Sonic Stop Motion Adventure episodes at this point were trying to take themselves seriously. The plot is that Shadow needs to find Chaos Emeralds and deliver them to Black Doom, who, by the way, is now apparently a big orange alien plush okay. And if he wants to find anything out about his past, he must deliver the Chaos Emeralds to him. Now, my thoughts on the video, it's alright. I'd say the animation got better for when there is animation. And I say that because a lot of the video is actually, well, video. It uses a lot of video and not pictures. Now, most of the video is pictures and normal stop motion, as I say in quotation marks. I will say that the stop motion part of it has improved, as a lot of it is not just stills, and you can see that the character is moving more and then he took more pictures. Now, in my opinion, the image quality is worse, and I'm not sure if he just had bad lighting, but it just seems like the lighting is a bit worse. Other than that, it's pretty alright. It's nothing great. It's no new Sonic stop motion adventures, but at the time, I'd actually say that this is the best one, surprisingly. It's short, it's to the point, and it even has a halfway decent joke at the end. I'm still not going hard on these videos, and this video is included in that bracket as it's still not that great. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a 3.5. It's not miles ahead of Sonic Stop Motion Adventures Episode 1, but it's alright. It's pretty decent for the things he was making at the time. Alright, so this was a pretty decent video. I'm surprised. Let's see if he can continue going, you know? He's getting older. The videos are newer. I have more faith in him, you know? I think that this can really pull out and be it's gonna fucking suck, isn't it? Yeah, Sonic Stop Motion Adventures Episode 4 is nothing great. This would definitely be my least favorite if this was longer, but thankfully he cut it down to 4 minutes, which is much better. The plot is that Tails finds out that there's a new Chaos Emerald, and it's black this time around. So he wants Sonic to go investigate it, and Sonic goes to see what it does, and it turns him a different color. Well, if there's one bonus to this is the closest thing to editing I think we've seen so far. That's something good, right? Well, let's talk about the resolution. What happened? Oh. Yeah, there's nothing. Nothing happens at the end. There's nothing comes from this. Okay. So, yeah, that's the plot. Tails finds a Chaos Emerald and Sonic has to go see what it does, I guess. You know, I was talking about going easy on these videos and being nice and stuff. Well, I think I'm just gonna... Let's just nitpick.
Yeah, it's a black emerald, but I don't know what powers it has. Do you mind going to see it?
God, Tails, you lazy fat bitch! You could easily go get that yourself. You can fucking fly. Why the fuck is Yoshi here? What does he have anything to do with this? God, 11-year-old Steven, how stupid do you think I am? I can clearly see that that's an annotation and that it's 75 out of 75 and you meant to put 70 out of 75. Go fuck yourself! Oh my god! How longer is this gonna be? This is Sonic Stop Motion Adventures, not Sonic Pokemon Mario Adventures! God damn it!
Actually, it just turned me a different color. Really, that's all? Oh, I was hoping it would do something more super. Well, anyways, I still need some pictures.
Oh my god! Tails, you piece of shit! I freaking hate you! He just walked 500 miles for you, and you're not grateful! You go do it yourself this time!
I got the damn pictures.
Watch your fucking mouth, Sonic!
It gives me about as much power as all the 7 Chaos Emeralds doubled.
Then why didn't you take the bitch? Why did you leave it there and just take pictures? Oh my god, I hate Mario! Stop with this Mario bullshit! Oh. Okay, the video's redeemed. Anyways, 3 out of 10. Okay. Now, let's see if we can finally get something good. Not halfway decent, not okay. Let's see if we can get something good. Episode 5. What do you got? Fuck, god damn it, Steven, you keep messing it up. I'm trying to enjoy the show, man. I'm trying to just enjoy my time watching this. I'm trying to stomach things, and you're gonna shove Chris in my face! It's fine. Everything's okay. Just pretend like he's not even there. Alright. Let's talk about this episode. So unlike the other 4 episodes which had opening title cards, for whatever reason this one just starts off right away. It's an interesting choice, I guess. Nothing significant. It's not bad. It's not good. It's just, I don't know, thought I'd point it out. So let's talk about the plot of this video. Well, what if I told you that there was no plot? There's actually no plot here at all. I'd actually say that this has less plot than episode 2. Now don't get me wrong, this is no episode 2, but this is no episode 3, or hell, even last one. Shadow runs to everybody in a panic saying that there was a loud noise, and once when they hear it, they go out to investigate, but for whatever reason, these characters show up. I know that they're from different franchises, but I'm not familiar with them at all. I'm not an anime guy. I get that PippoFan77 was a fan of these characters at the time, and I get that he would want to put them in. It just doesn't fit well. But I wouldn't say that that's necessarily a problem. I'd say the problem lies with the fact that there's, like, no story in that the entire video basically relies on the fact that all these characters are fighting and teaming up. The rest of the video is just all the heroes getting defeated, wanting a rematch, fighting the villains again, but winning this time because Sonic and Shadow go super with their amazing super forms. Just check these out, man. Yeah, this video is less than spectacular. If it wasn't for the fact that the animation is superior to episode 2, I'd say that this would probably be on the same level, but since it, you know, has actual animation and has editing and sound effects, it saved itself with that alone. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a 3 out of 10. Looking like that's a common theme now, I guess. Alright, here's where things start turning around. Sonic Stop Motion Adventures Episode 6 is probably the biggest turnaround we've seen from the show so far. And I'm not just saying that because the show now has an intro, I'm saying that because the videos as a whole just seem to be better now, and I'll explain why. So once when that shitty anime intro is over with, we finally get to start our video. And this video is very simple. Sonic and Shadow go to defeat Metal Sonic. It's a very simple plot, but what happens throughout the video makes it more interesting. They're actual decent jokes. They make fun of some of the things that happen, such as in this scene right here with Shadow and a rock.
Hey, there's a rock in our way. We could just go around it, but that's not badass enough. Let me blow it up, okay? Yeah, there we go.
It's not the funniest thing in the world, but they have to make fun of the fact that they're able to just walk by it. There's actually a lot of self-aware humor in here, which makes it much, much better to watch. Everything seemed to get an upscale. The animation's far superior, there seem to be more special effects, if you want to call it that. The jokes are better, and while I feel like the camera quality honestly seems a little worse, it's still a much better video and a more entertaining video. And the fact that I can call this actually entertaining makes me want to give this a 4.5. It's way better than the other ones. It's the best one we've seen so far, and it's nice, it's short, it's to the point, and I really like that Mario joke. So let's move on to the next one. So this next one is kind of similar to the last. It really uses the same characters, and it's kind of the same story almost. Sonic and Shadow are reading some fan mail, and Shadow gets a negative letter in the mail. First of all, this is all breaking the fourth wall. I think that they're talking about viewers of Sonic Stop Motion Adventures, which is kind of interesting. I like the fact that this guy who writes this letter to Shadow is a person who watches this show and has an actual problem with this character. I think that's great, that this guy on a Saturday afternoon sits down to watch Sonic Stop Motion Adventures and just sits there and thinks, God damn, I really hate that Shadow guy. I want to fight him. I don't think it was intentional, but I still think it's funny. I don't really have much to say on this one. It's pretty alright. It's not as good as the last one, but it's still better than previous ones. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 4 so we can move on to the next one, because I have a lot to say on that. Sonic Stop Motion Adventures Episode 8, Tails' Birthday Bonanza, is the 8th episode of Sonic Stop Motion Adventures, and it's the best one so far. It's definitely the biggest game changer, and I mean that a lot. Not only is he now using different figures, but he's also using mouths now, and he's also took the Sonic Toast approach. If you guys don't know who Sonic Toast is, well, I'd be very surprised, because he's like the Christopher Columbus of Sonic videos, in terms of stop motion at least. Now, if you guys didn't know that he made Sonic stop motions, I wouldn't be surprised. He doesn't make them anymore, and the ones that he did make are pretty old now. So let me show you what I'm talking about in terms of the type of videos that he's taking inspiration from.
Oh, he's getting me.
figures used here vary. It could be Jazzwares, Resource, McDonald's. And while this isn't a original concept created by PitbullFan77, I still like it, and it makes the video have a sense of uniqueness and charm to it that the others just didn't. And also, well, the video's pretty damn alright. I hate saying this every single time I talk about one of these early episodes in a positive light, but it's still no new Sonic stop-motion adventures. I think that's expected because, well, practice makes perfect, as my mom always said while I played Cars on the PC. But this is without a doubt the best one so far, and I don't think that can be argued. This is the closest thing we've ever got to a set for Sonic stop-motion adventures, and I'm glad that he added mouths. They're actual props. They're actual other characters in the background. They're callbacks to Sonic lore, and while the line delivery is horrible and the lines are super cheesy, it still brings back a lot of nostalgic feel for me. It's definitely a weird video, and the story is strange. The story is that it's Tails' birthday, and they're gonna throw a party for him, and for whatever reason, this dude right over here just pops down and wants to fight. Yeah, it's a good video, but the story isn't necessarily the greatest thing in the world. Sonic's getting ready to take care of some business and kick some ass, but since it's Tails' birthday, the one thing he wants is for him to do it. So, of course, since it's Tails' birthday, he gets to go over there and Tails gets up, goes over there, and before he goes to jail for first-degree murder, they go ahead and finish up the party. In conclusion, I have a bit too much nostalgia for this video. This is one of the videos I would always go to even before I even had a YouTube channel. I'd put it in the YouTube search bar and watch a bunch of Sonic stop-motion adventures. These were some of my favorites since this was actually the newest one around that time. It's by far the best one so far. It has superior stop-motion, animation if you'd like to call it that, sets. It's much more creative and it had much more effort put into it. I really like that they're mouths now. Everything about it's just better than the ones before. So in conclusion, I give this a 5 out of 10. It's the best one so far, but we have one coming up that changed everything. And I mean everything, more than this video did. And it came to stay. Let's talk about it. Sonic Stop Motion Adventures Episode 9, Let's Cause Some Chaos, is without a doubt the best, but also the biggest change to Sonic Stop Motion Adventures that we have seen so far. New intro, new figures, new sets, but also it's the start of a brand new Sonic Stop Motion Adventures. This is the final episode in Season 1, so it went out with a giant bang. Let's talk about it. Sonic and the gang are just chilling and they hear some ruckus going on outside, so they go to check it out. But before they do that, they actually explain where all the other non-Sonic characters went to.
Wait a minute, where's Zero? I haven't seen him in a while. Oh, he's gone. Said something about going back to his own world. You know, the one with Mega Man and Proto Man and all the other people? He didn't even bother to say goodbye? Yeah, he was in a really big hurry. His world was under attack.
I think this is great. Not only do they get rid of these stupid characters that didn't really need to be in Sonic stop-motion adventures, he actually gives them a reason to be gone. So it's not like they just disappeared off the face of the planet. They go to the place where they heard all the noise coming from, and they see this guy, who goes by the name...
My name is Dante.
Now, a lot of the ideas and concepts that come in this video make a lot of sense and do tie the first season together, which is great, but this all should have been spread out throughout the course of the entire season instead of all being jam-packed into the final last episode of Season 1. This effectively leaves the video feeling very exposition heavy, which does not work in the video's favor. One of the #1 rules in filmmaking is show, don't tell. It's all being told and it's not being shown, and it makes it very boring seeing as there's not a lot of movement or stuff going on inside of the image. Dante has the Black Emerald, also known as the... Yikes. I was not just making a Sonic the Hedgehog YouTube video, I swear. Dante has the Black Emerald, which contains the 3 other Chaos Emeralds. With that, and also all the other Chaos Emeralds that they have possession of, he can make his very own planet. The only thing standing in his way is Sonic and company, so the only thing that they have to do is fight. A couple punches are thrown, and Dante gets ready to say a really racially insensitive term. Nigga, 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 nigga. So halfway through the fight, they decide, let's just turn into our super forms, because we could have done that from the start, but you know what, we're going to do it now, because it's towards the end of the video, and, you know, we had to pad things out. And now you're about to witness the greatest roast in all of history.
Why is this happening?
'Cause you're stupid.
The black emerald turns into the other 3 emeralds that they were missing. After this confrontation, they now have the idea to destroy the ZX power drive, but since Zero is gone, they don't think that they can, well, get rid of it. Surely he's taken it with him, but he didn't. He left a map for him to find it. You know what would have been great? If he gave Sonic the ZX power drive. Later, Tails turns into Kim Jong frickin' Un when he decides to launch a missile into the fucking sky.
And, oh, the numbers are gone! Yes, we did it, guys! We destroyed the
United States of America.
Now no one can use it! Alright, let's celebrate with some chili dogs! Sonic, you ate them all! Then let's go get some more, pal!
And once when that after credit scene finishes, it officially wraps up Season 1 of Sonic Stop Motion Adventures. A lot of the stuff in this video is much, much better than everything that came before it, but unfortunately, due to all the exposition, the entertainment value goes down, and you need entertainment value in entertainment. So unfortunately, this is the second best episode in Sonic Stop Motion Adventures Season 1. I do enjoy episode 8 more than this, but it's so close that I'm going to also give it a 5 out of 10 because it is so close. Their videos are so close to me enjoying them, but I just enjoy episode 8 a little more, but I'm still going to rate them the same. So, that was Sonic Stop Motion Adventures Season 1, and what do I think? Well, it wasn't good. Now don't get me wrong, it started picking up its slack towards the end, but still, even those later episodes did have a lot of flaws. And the weird thing is that the final episode kind of had a lot more flaws than a couple episodes before it. My main gripe was that it had a lot of exposition, and it kind of made the video boring. If it was spaced throughout the entire season, then that would have been great and fun and entertaining, but a lot of the stuff was kind of just punching and stupidity, really. Now let's get into this section. My favorite episode of the season was episode 8, Tails' Birthday Bonanza. Stupid ass name. The fuck is a Bonanza? And my least favorite episode, as you guys can guess, was episode 2. Fuck that episode. In the words of the angry video game nerd,
I'd rather fucking yank all the hairs out of my scrotum. I'd rather drink diarrhea vomited out of a buffalo's anus.
I hope you guys enjoyed. So even if you're watching this, this is only the start of like the little trilogy I have going on the channel. You inspired me so much to create Sonic videos and videos as a whole. I even tried to make stop motions. They're all canceled now because it took a lot of work. So now I make plush videos, but still, thank you so much for everything you gave to this community. It means the world to me, and you shaped part of my childhood, and I think that you probably hear that a lot, but it means a lot to me personally. So thank you, Steven, so much for everything you gave us with Sonic Stop Motion Adventures. And we still got 2 more seasons to go, so let's rip those to shreds too. See you guys in the next video.